I grew up in a really musical household. My father was a professional opera singer at Covent Garden for 35 years, and my sister and I used to go to the opera all the time. And I got his genetic makeup, and literally from the minute I was popped out, I was obsessed with music and knew that I wanted to be a musician. I'm not joking. From about the time of 4 years onwards, that was it. And my father was the same. And my sister was more sort of bookish, and she loved learning, and she was like a jack of all trades. And she didn't have that spark about music that we had. And I always felt really bad because she had to put up with two, insufferable family members, because my father and I were really precocious in that sort of always talking about music, always wanting to perform, always being like, the sort of narcissistic out there in front people. So I wrote Shine because ultimately everybody really does have, I believe, something that shines about them, something that moves them and makes them want to get up every morning and live and breathe. On the day that she was born, the angels came with bitter disappointment. A lost lamb in the lion's den, to be vicarious was her anointment. And sister sweet and daddy dear had that kind of spark that makes you weary. And so she sat in I love you land, and her hopes grew small and her optimism bleary. 'Cause they all said, wow. They all said, what a shame, you're so different. Who's to blame? She said, why don't you let me just shine my own way? Why don't you let me just shine my own way? Let me shine. And when she grew, she ran away, far from shadowlands and suffocation, to a normal life and normal friends. And she never ever spoke about her shiny fine relations, just in case they all said, wow. They all said, what a shame, you're so different. Who's to blame? And she said, why don't you let me just shine my own way? Yeah. Why don't you let me just shine my own damn way? Let me shine. Won't you let me shine? Let me shine.